Hi, Melody. What have you found?
My cousins and I found this in a sealed crate at the bottom of the well. It was hard to get out, but with a bit of help, we had the whole village there. We managed.
Oh, Melody. If that's what I think it is, you found something really incredible. Like, really incredible. I'm on my way home from campus now. No time to talk. Let me send you an email with what I know about it and what it could be. This is really exciting.
All right, Professor. Looking forward to your email.
After nearly 900 years, the Zhou dynasty finally came to an end when the state of Qin, the strongest of the 7 surviving states, unified China and established the First Empire in 221 BCE. The Qin Empire did not last long, but it left 2 enduring legacies: the name China and the idea and structure of the empire. This heritage outlasted the Qin dynasty itself by more than 2,000 years. The first Qin emperor was called Qin Shi Huangdi. The title of emperor was used for the first time in Chinese history to set the Qin ruler apart as the ruler of a unified land from the kings, the heads of the earlier, smaller states. The construction of massive palaces and the ceremony of the court further enhanced the power of the emperor by inspiring awe in the people. A centralized bureaucracy replaced an old feudal system. The empire was divided into provinces and counties, which were governed by centrally appointed governors and magistrates. The former ruling families who had inherited their places in the aristocracy were uprooted and forced to live in the capital of Xianyang. Other centralizing policies included census-taking and standardization of the writing system, and weights and measurements. The Qin army conducted massive military campaigns to complete the unification of the empire and expand its territory. The Qin Empire stretched from the Mongolian plateau in the north to Vietnam in the south. As the rulers before and after him, the first emperor was preoccupied with defending his territory against northern nomads. After waging several successful campaigns, the emperor ordered the building of the Wall of 10,000 Miles to protect the empire. This task involved connecting the separate walls that were built by former northern states to form the famous Great Wall of China. The Great Wall is 2,400 kilometers long, from 5 to 15 meters high, and from 5 to 8 meters wide. Although closely linked with the first ruler of the Qin dynasty, the wall, as it stands today, dates mainly from the Ming dynasty. Qin Shi Huang's harsh rule provoked much opposition. The emperor feared the scholars most. He had them rounded up and put them to death or sent them into exile. Many went into hiding. Moreover, all books except for technical ones were confiscated and burned. In the last years of his life, Qin Shi Huang became fearful of threats to his life and lived in complete secrecy. He also became obsessed with obtaining immortality. He died in 210 BCE in Shandong province, far from his capital at Xianyang. The Qin Empire disintegrated rapidly after the death of the first emperor. The legitimate heir was killed in palace intrigue, and a less able prince was put on the throne. Conditions worsened throughout the empire. In 209 BCE, rebellions erupted all over China. 2 men had the largest following. Qiang Yu was a general of aristocratic background. Liu Bang was a minor official from a peasant family. In 206 BCE, rebels had subdued the Qin army and destroyed the capital. The struggling between Xiang Yu and Liu Bang continued for the next 4 years, until Liu Bang emerged as the victor, taking the title of Gaozu, High Progenitor, and established the Han Dynasty. The 4-century-long Han Dynasty is broken into 2 periods, the earlier or Western Han and the later or Eastern Han, and in between these 2 is the short-lived Xin Dynasty. The Han Gaozu preserved many features of the Qin imperial system, such as the administrative division of the country and the central bureaucracy, but the Han rulers lifted the Qin ban on philosophical and historical writings. Han Gaozu called for the services of men of talent, not only to restore the destroyed classics, but to serve as officials in the government. From that time, the Chinese Empire was governed by a body of officials theoretically selected on merit. Such a practice has few parallels elsewhere in this early date in human history. During the reign of Wu Di, the martial emperor, an imperial university was set up for the study of the Confucian classics. The university recruited talented students, and the state supported them. Starting with 50 when the university first opened, the number of government-supported students reached 30,000 by the end of the Han Dynasty. Emperor Wu established Confucianism as the official doctrine of the state. This designation lasted until the end of the Chinese Empire in 1911. The early Han faced two major difficulties: invasions of the barbarian Huns and the influence of the imperial consort families. In the Han Dynasty, the Huns, known as the Xiongnu in Chinese, threatened the expanded Chinese Empire from the north. Starting in Wu Di's reign, costly, almost century-long campaigns had to be carried out to establish Chinese sovereignty along the northern and northwestern borders. Wu Di also waged aggressive campaigns to incorporate northern Korea and northern Vietnam, then called Annam, into the Han Empire. Other difficulties experienced by the early Han started soon after the first emperor's death. The widowed Empress Lu dominated politics and almost succeeded in taking the throne for her family. Thereafter, families of the empresses exerted great influence. Wang Mang, a nephew of the empress, seized the throne and founded a new dynasty, the Xin. Wang Mang's overambitious reform program alienated him from the landlords. At the same time, the peasants, disappointed with Wang's inability to push through the reform, rose in rebellion. A rebel group in Shandong painted their faces red, hence the name Red Eyebrows, and adopted religious symbols, a practice later repeated by peasants who rebelled in times of extreme difficulty. Wang Mang was forced into defeat and was later killed